are left unregulated, then the system of medicine cannot have uniform standards of professional education and accreditation process. Sir, my last point, sir, the need to address the quackery in the Ayurvedic sector, which was not even addressed completely in the Indian System of Medicine Act, when it allowed even non-qualified person to practice in Indian System of Medicine without qualifying the national exit test, sir. Sir, the bill's objective to attain the self-sufficiency only can be achieved only when it brings other states also under the ambit of such initiatives.
Right.
Each state, sir, final point, sir. Each state must have such an institute. It is not only one state, and every state in India must have such an institute of national importance for uniform growth and penetration of in the field of Ayurveda, sir. Thank you very much.
रामचंद्र प्रसाद सिंह।
जो हमारे गुजरात में 3 इंस्टीट्यूशन हैं, उनको एक साथ ला करके इंस्टीट्यूट बनाया गया है और इनको नेशनल इम्पोर्टेंस दिया गया है। ये एक सराहनीय कदम है। इससे आयुर्वेद का जो मेडिकल में स्थान है वो निश्चित रूप से बढ़ेगा। आप हम सब अवगत हैं कि औद्योगिक क्रांति के पहले पूरी दुनिया में अपने अपने देशों में अपनी अपनी विधा थी स्वास्थ्य के बारे में, और हिंदुस्तान में तो खास करके जो हमारा आयुर्वेद है इसका बहुत ही रिच जो हमारा है इतिहास है। धन्वंतरी जी, जिनको कि हम लोग भगवान कहते हैं आयुर्वेद का, जितने भी यहाँ वनस्पति हैं सबके बारे में उनको ज्ञान था। पूरी धन्वंतरी संहिता उन्होंने किया। फिर हमारे चरक संहिता, सुश्रुत संहिता, और हमारे बिहार में तो जीवक बहुत बड़े इसके जो है हमारे आयुर्वेद के जनक थे। तो सभी जैसा कह रहे थे रेड्डी साहब, अब आवश्यकता है कि हम लोगों ने सिर्फ इधर के हाल के वर्षों में हम लोगों ने ऑल इंडिया मेडिकल साइंसेज जो एलोपैथी के उस पर तो ध्यान दिया, लेकिन हमारी जो पुरानी चीज़ें हैं और जो खास करके अभी कोविड में आप देख रहे हैं कि दुनिया में सब लोग आज गिलोई की चर्चा कर रहे हैं, सब लोग तुलसी की चर्चा कर रहे हैं, सब लोग एलोवेरा की चर्चा कर रहे हैं। ये सब चीज़ें हमारे देश में पहले से ही बहुत समृद्ध थी। तो अब समय आ गया है कि भारत सरकार को मैं माननीय मंत्री से अनुरोध करूँगा कि एक जो है हाई कमेटी जो है पावर्ड कमेटी बनाए और पूरे के पूरे जो हमारा आयुर्वेद का अपना जो सिस्टम है उसको कैसे और मजबूत किया जाए उसके बारे में अध्ययन करा करके प्रत्येक प्रदेश में एक एक जो है नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट की स्थापना की जाए। और साथ ही जो इसमें जो दवाइयाँ हैं, फार्मेसी, जैसे मैं आपके सामने चर्चा कर रहा हूँ, च्यवनप्राश सब लोग खाते हैं, लेकिन इतना मिलावट है उसमें कि वहाँ जो आंवला का प्रयोग होना चाहिए ज़्यादातर शकरकंद का प्रयोग होता है। तो ये समय है कि सब चीज़ों को मेडिकल एजुकेशन का जो हमारा कोर्स हो स्टैंडर्डाइज किया जाए, जो हमारी दवाएं हैं उसका भी स्टैंडर्डाइज किया जाए और उनकी इफिकेसी को बढ़ाया जाए। इससे निश्चित रूप से आज के माहौल में जो हमारे देश में स्वास्थ्य के बारे में जो व्यवस्था है उसको मजबूती मिलेगी। इसी के साथ मैं इस बिल का समर्थन करता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
गुड पॉइंट। श्री तंबिदुरई, लोकसभा।
सर, लोकसभा चैम्बर में सर, आई एम स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम हियर सर।
तंबिदुरई जी,
थैंक यू वेरी मच। Thank you very much, sir, for calling me.
Please.
Sir, this bill is, I am not opposing that, I am supporting what the minister said yesterday, explained about the importance of the bill.
Please switch on the mic.
Sir, I am speaking the mic, sir. Are you able to hear? Sir, I am speaking of the mic, sitting. Please, you see that the mic is on, according to this. Okay, sir, that the Institute the Ayurvedic system is a very scientific one. But yesterday some members said whether we are having science or is a scientific one.
But we missed that
opportunity. The built up the system because we followed, as some of members said, we have followed the Veda system. The Veda system, the Varnasrama, we said, Brahmins, Kshatriya, Sudra, and Vaishya, like that. Because of the classification, what happened, the people who practiced in the Ayurveda, they never interested to give the real science to others to learn. That way, because of that, this scientific Ayurvedic system, we could not succeed and research and have failed. But now the government recognized all these things. They want to develop the system systematically and see that it will help further development of that. That is the research institute is coming. Sir, I am coming to another point also. Ayurveda is a good system, but it's very popular in Kerala. As some of the members yesterday said, why can't you give importance to
ट्रांसलेशन अच्छा है सुनिए
Kerala state? And on the other states, Tamil Nadu also. Tamil Nadu, we are having a lot of natural things. Wherever there's a Kuttalam, you would have heard Kuttalam, and also Kollimala Hills, like that, we are having a lot of Ayurvedic medicines leaves are available. Therefore, we have to give importance to each state. As previous member said, we have to have a national import institute, each state, not only particular state, Gujarat, but Tamil Nadu also we have to consider. That is my request, sir. And also, not only Ayurvedic, if you take other systems, Siddha, Siddha is, we are having National Institute of Siddha in Tambaram in Tamil Nadu. But why can't you give that also importance to the national importance and develop that? Because this is
even done more work on Ayurveda than we have done. So it is a shame for us. And the problem is that even after independence, we did not bring back our ancient scientific knowledge of Ayurveda and other medicines, Indian medicines, back to its glory. And it is only in November 2014 that this government have created a separate Ministry of Ayush, for which, and that's why this has now come into central stage, and I commend the government for doing so. Chairman, sir, just I will request, there are 5 suggestions I have for the Honorable Minister. One is to provide financial assistance to the farmers to grow more medical plants at large scale, ensure standards of the raw material before it is gone to the pharmaceutical industry for Ayurvedic medicine making.
Good.
Number 3, grant large-scale budget for R&D to even to private sector in this area, so that it could be further recognized with the proper research papers and everything. I commend the government to have made an aims at Badarpur with the Ayurvedic thing. They should be made center of excellence also.
Thank you.
And add nature cure and yoga also part of the medicine. Sir, at the end, I would say that we should make this as a national mission, so that we can not only save billions of dollars out of the Western allopathic medicine, but also it will add substantial income to our Indian economy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, you sir.
Sri Vinay Viswam, brief. Brief, please.
Sir, I was so glad to listen that you mentioned highly about the Kottakkal Ayurvedishala. It is the pride of the nation, sir. And I feel proud because I am also a part of it in a different way. I am the president of the Workers' Union there. So I have constant touch with the great institutions, sir. Sir, I am quite sure that the Honorable Minister will take care of the discussions here. I have 2-3 points to raise here, sir. Adding a 6th point to the earlier speaker's 5 points, I may say, steps to protect biodiversity and the environment has become a precondition to protect the future of Ayurveda. When the biodiversity is lost, that means Ayurveda will also be lost. So that part should be taken care of. Sir, Ayurveda has to develop, sir. The changing needs are emerging. New pandemics are coming up. So research and scientific development is a must now, sir. For that, this kind of centers of excellence are a must for this country. Sir, in this regard, I should say, the capacity of Ayurveda and homeopathy in fighting COVID has been proven, sir. Throughout the country, the people are knowing about that. That part has to be taken into due consideration. Homeopathy and Ayurveda has to be supported by all means because they can prevent this pandemic in such a way. They cannot treat it now, but they can prevent it. That preventive abilities, the capacity to prevent this disease is now almost proved in the whole country, and that should be appreciated by the government in the proper way. Sir, I should say that this institution to be started up in Jamnagar is a welcome step, but the government should really think of another places also, sir. Another place also, sir. That place is Kerala.
Right.
Everybody knows Kerala is the real place of Ayurveda development in the country. So I don't want to take much of your time, sir. Because of that reason, a
Thank
center
you.
of excellence has to be developed
Thank you.
in Kerala state also. Thank
Vinay,
you, sir.
good
Thank you,
points
sir.
made.
Thank you, sir.
Sri Viswajit Damare. Sri Viswajit Damari. Where are you, Viswajit?
सर केलानी सर
Very good, please. Northeast, Bodo. Bodo.
धन्यवाद सर सर इस बिल को मैं समर्थन करता हूं और ये अत्यंत एक जरूरी बिल है और ये जो आयुर्वेदा है जो कि हमारी प्राचीन चिकित्सा प्रणाली है सिर्फ प्राचीन नहीं अभी तक हमारे गांव-गांव में इस पद्धति द्वारा चिकित्सा चलता रहता है क्योंकि अभी तो गांव एरिया में डॉक्टर पहुंचते नहीं आयुर्वेदिक क्या है एलोपैथिक मेडिसिन वगैरह भी पहुंचते नहीं तो सर ये जो आयुर्वेदा का जो प्रैक्टिस है हमारे देश में ये बहुत ही इफेक्टिव है और इसके जरिए ही हमारे जो जीवन में बहुत जो बीमारियां आते हैं समस्या आता है तो उसी से हम लोग ठीक कर ले सकते हैं और ये प्रमाणिक भी है तो मैं अनुरोध करना चाहूँगा हमारे मंत्री महोदय को आपके जरिए कि आज इस इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टीचिंग एंड रिसर्च इन आयुर्वेदा इसके इस्टेब्लिशमेंट के लिए जो व्यवस्था किया है जामनगर में तो उसी तरह हमारे जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट है सबसे पिछड़े हुए हैं वहाँ पर मेडिकल साइंस के बारे में लोगों को पता ही नहीं जो प्राचीन जो आयुर्वेदा का प्रचलन है उसके जरिए ही वहाँ पर गांव-गांव में ट्रीटमेंट चलता है तो वहाँ भी ताकि इसी तरह का एक इंस्टीट्यूशन की व्यवस्था करें गुवाहाटी में एक आयुर्वेदिक कॉलेज है उसको डेवलप करके केंद्रीय सरकार की तरफ से और हमारी स्वास्थ्य विभाग के तरफ से इसी तरह का कुछ ऐसे संबंध रिसर्च की व्यवस्था और वहाँ की जो चिकित्सा पद्धति है उसको हम कैसे डेवलप कर सकते हैं इसकी भी व्यवस्था लेनी चाहिए सर मैं गांव से हूँ गांव में जब छोटा था स्कूल भी नहीं आया था तब भी हम लोगों को पता था कि कभी चाकू काट जाता है तो कौन सा पौधे का पत्ता लगाने से ब्लीडिंग बंद हो जाता है खून निकलने का बंद हो जाता है जब पेट दर्द होता है तो किसको खाना होता है तो इसी तरह का सारे बातें हमको मालूम था तो अगर स्कूल के क्लास में भी अगर इस पद्धति के बारे में इस चिकित्सा के बारे में और जो भी मेडिसिन अवेलेबल होता है जो मेडिसिन प्लान होता है इस बारे में अगर शिक्षा की व्यवस्था भी कर देते हैं तब स्वास्थ्य जनित कारण में हमारे देश में लोगों को बहुत ही फायदा होगा जिसमें हमारी इतनी हॉस्पिटल या इतनी डॉक्टर्स की माने सब समय लोगों को जरूरत नहीं पड़ती खुद ही कुछ ना कुछ कर सकता है तो सर इसलिए मैं अनुरोध करूंगा ये इंस्टीट्यूट इसी ढंग से मतलब व्यवहारित होना है जो कि ये प्राचीन काल से चलते आ रहा है इसके ऊपर अच्छी तरह से अनुसंधान हो और हर जगह पे इसका भी कुछ व्यवस्था करे धन्यवाद
डॉक्टर फौजिया खान लोकसभा प्लीज मैम बैठिए बोलिए संक्षिप्त में बिकॉज टाइम इज वेरी
Chairman sir, while appreciating the efforts of the government to bring glory to ancient Indian sciences by creating a center of excellence and making it one of national importance, a few questions rise up to the mind, particularly when the objectives for the creation of this institution are analyzed. Now, these objects are, number one, making this institute a model in order to demonstrate high standards of Ayurvedic medical education. Number two, preparing teachers and other personnel through training and postgraduate education. And number three, research and standardization. which I believe is the major thrust of this endeavor. When we see all these objects, one is compelled to wonder whether this mandate really requires a new institute. How is this mandate different from that of the existing anteceding institutions or existing universities? Could we have achieved the same goal by strengthening the existing institutions? Because an old house can be renovated at a much lesser cost.
Right.
Ultimately, making it a home than a house is more important. So the soul and the spirit, if it is there, I think the objectives can be met. I would like to mention one or two sections here. Section 6(1) provides for membership for 3 members of Parliament. Sir, I would like to request you that these members be from both Treasury and opposition. Section 7(7) speaks about the term of members, which is 5 years. However, there's no clarity on the eligibility for re-election. Section 8(1) is about the nomination of the president of the institute by the central government. Why not have an election among the members for it? At the end, sir,
Right.
the choice of Gujarat again has compelled many eyebrows to be raised. When several states have good institutions on Ayurveda, one fails to understand the reason for the concentration of institution in one state. For instance, the International Financial Service Center, IFFC authority, or this particular institute.
Thank you, Fauziya ji. Thank you. I would have allowed you much more time, but for the fact that we have to conclude it by 11 o'clock. Take up. Sri Narayan Das Gupta ji. Hai.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak on this. I welcome this move of the Honorable Health Minister, and the reason is because ये बहुत प्राचीन काल से हमारी पद्धति है और ये प्रचलित है, और ये हमें रामायण काल की भी याद दिलाती है जब लक्ष्मण को शक्ति लगी और यही मेडिसिन जो आयुर्वेदा ही उस समय काम आई। तो इसको है, लेकिन मेरी कुछ सजेशंस हैं ऑनरेबल हेल्थ मिनिस्टर को इस विषय पे। एक तो क्या है, हमारे जितने भी आयुर्वेद संस्थाएं हैं वो सब इल इक्विप्ड है, वहाँ पे एडुकेट इस तरह का अरेंजमेंट करना चाहिए, प्रॉपर जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तैयार हो, अभी इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था नहीं है। दूसरा, एडुकेट फंड्स भी वहाँ पे व्यवस्था करें। जॉब की बड़ी समस्या है, जो आयुर्वेद में आज क्वालिफाइड है उनको, क्योंकि कारण क्या है, आज हमारी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों का विश्वास जो है वो इंग्लिश मेडिसिन में है, इस तरफ नहीं है। इसका कारण क्या है, जो इंग्लिश कंपनी मैन्युफैक्चर है मेडिसिन की, उनको ज़्यादा पब्लिसिटी करती हैं, और कहीं न कहीं हमारी जो है प्राचीन काल की ये आयुर्वेद है। और आयुर्वेद का सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज देखने को मिला इस कोरोना काल में। सर, कल हेल्थ मिनिस्टर साहब ने अपना जो है वक्तव्य में बताया कि जबकि मॉर्टेलिटी रेट पूरे वर्ल्ड में 3.2% है, जबकि हमारा मॉर्टेलिटी रेट 1.67% है। इसका कारण इसका मेन कारण यही था कि आज हमारा आयुर्वेद की वजह से जो हमारा लोगों ने उसको अपनाया और उसकी वजह से जो है इसको हम जो है जीत पाए। एक और मैं इसमें स्वास्थ्य मंत्री का ध्यान दिलाऊंगा, सेक्शन 8 और 9 में वहाँ इन्होंने प्रावधान किया प्रेसिडेंट का, और प्रेसिडेंट ही गवर्निंग बोर्ड का चेयरमैन होगा। लेकिन अगर हम दूसरी इंस्टीट्यूट को देखें, जितनी भी NITs बनी है, IITs बनी है, वहाँ पे बेसिक प्रावधान है कि किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट में, किसी भी यूनिवर्सिटी में वहाँ पे प्रावधान होता है चांसलर और वाइस चांसलर। लेकिन इस प्रकार की जो इंस्टीट्यूट है नेशनल ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस की, वहाँ पे प्रेसिडेंट जो विजिटर के रूप में होते हैं, प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया। तो मेरा ये है सुझाव कि उसमें जो है उस प्रकार का प्रावधान किया जाए।
थैंक यू वेरी
मच सर, थैंक यू।
श्री वीर सिंह जी कहाँ? हाँ,
धन्यवाद सर। मैं इस बिल का समर्थन करता हूँ। माननीय सभापति जी, आयुर्वेद शिक्षण और अनुसंधान संस्थान विधेयक 2020, आयुर्वेद शिक्षण और अनुसंधान संस्थान की स्थापना, शिक्षण और अनुसंधान संस्थापना की स्थापना, शिक्षा, अनुसंधान और प्रशिक्षण की गुणवत्ता और उत्कृष्टता के लिए राष्ट्रीय महत्व की संस्था के रूप में घोषित करने के लिए लाया गया है। महोदय, प्राचीन काल से ही भारत आयुर्वेद चिकित्सा पद्धति की जननी रही है। विश्व भर में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर की आयुर्वेद शिक्षा एवं प्रशिक्षण का अभाव है और नित्य प्रतिदिन आयुर्वेद के ज्ञान और सेवाओं के लिए रुचि की मांग बढ़ रही है। ऐसे में राष्ट्रीय महत्व के इस संस्थान का अपने देश में अलग महत्व है। महोदय, प्राचीन काल से ही इसका बहुत बड़ा महत्व है। अभी जब कोरोना संकट आया तो कोरोना संकट में इस आयुर्वेद की ही प्रक्रिया काम में आई, क्योंकि गांवों में जहाँ चिकित्सा का अभाव था वहाँ पर काढ़ा पीकर गिलों का कितना महत्व हुआ, लोगों को पता चला कि आयुर्वेद कितना महत्वपूर्ण है। मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि मैं जनपद मुरादाबाद में अपनी नलाहन में रहकर पढ़ा था, तो मेरे स्वर्गीय नाना श्री लिखित सिंह जी भगत थे आयुर्वेद के। तो सुबह ही उनके पास सैकड़ों मरीज आते थे और वो जड़ी बूटियों से ही सही कर देते थे। तो हमें इस ओर ध्यान देना चाहिए। और इसके साथ साथ मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि पहले जो डिलीवरी होती थी, गांव में दाई होती थी, वो आयुर्वेद संस्थान से ही बच्चा पैदा हो जाता था। और आज 90% एलोपैथी में ऑपरेशन के द्वारा बच्चे पैदा हो रहे हैं। तो इस ओर भी हमें ध्यान देना चाहिए, उसको बढ़ावा देना चाहिए।
धन्यवाद।
2-3 सुझाव हैं, जैसा कि गुजरात में बहुत बड़ा संस्थान बनाया जा रहा है, तो उत्तर प्रदेश भी देश का सबसे बड़ा प्रदेश है और सबसे बड़ी जनसंख्या है, वहाँ पर भी 2-4 ऐसे संस्थान बनाए जाने चाहिए।
ओके वीर सिंह जी,
स्वास्थ्य के लिए
धन्यवाद। और मंत्री जी बोलना चाहते रामदास जी, एक वाक्य। हाँ,
पार्टी मेरी पार्टी है।
हाँ, पार्टी मुझे मालूम है, सदस्य भी है आप, उसके बाद ही मंत्री बन पाए।
हाँ, तो सभापति महोदय, आयुर्वेद शिक्षण और अनुसंधान विधेयक का मैं करता हूँ समर्थन। इससे बीमारी मुक्त हो जाएगा जन, सबका मजबूत हो जाएगा मन, तो नजदीक आ गया है क्षण। तो जो जामनगर में आयुष मंत्रालय के माध्यम से जो मतलब वहाँ जो आयुर्वेद शिक्षण और अनुसंधान का जो केंद्र मतलब जो बन रहा है, ये बिल का समर्थन करने के लिए रिपब्लिकन पार्टी ऑफ इंडिया से मैं आपके सामने मैं बोल रहा हूँ। तो प्राचीन काल में, बुद्धा के कार्यकाल में, प्राचीन कार्यकाल में सभी जो साधु संत भी थे, हमारे बुद्ध भिक्षु भी थे, वो सभी मतलब इसका उपयोग करते थे, आयुर्वेद का उपयोग करते थे, जंगल में रहते थे। तो इसीलिए मतलब आयुर्वेद को बहुत बड़ा महत्व है। तो केरला में मतलब जिस तरह कोटाकल में मैं भी एक बार जाकर आया हूँ, और केरल एक बहुत ही अच्छा राज्य है, वहाँ भी एक अनुसंधान होना चाहिए। लेकिन अभी जामनगर का अनुसंधान जामनगर का होने के बाद और भी हर स्टेट में होना चाहिए, हमारे महाराष्ट्र में भी होना चाहिए। महाराष्ट्र में सह्याद्री पर्वत है, इसीलिए मतलब हर राज्य में होना चाहिए। लेकिन अभी जामनगर में जो ये संस्थान हो रहा है,
धन्यवाद रामदास जी। अभी 10 मिनट बचा है मंत्री के लिए। प्लीज मंत्री जी, आप अपना कौशल्य दिखाना है। 10 मिनट में जो लोगों ने बोला उसका संक्षिप्त में समाधान देना। आयुर्वेद में उपाय है, मुझे मालूम है।
Thank you, Chairman, sir. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed members of the upper house who have expressed their opinion very candidly about this bill. And I am very happy to learn that all the 100% members have expressed their deep sense of appreciation for Ayurveda, its usefulness for the society, for dealing with diseases and for strengthening healthcare systems of the world. I will not like to repeat what has been said by others, but we all know that Ayurveda is a ancient most system of medicine in our country, and there is so much of traditional ancient wisdom attached to it. There is so much of description about it in the Vedic scriptures, and more particularly in the Atharvaved so much so that Ayurveda is sometimes called as an offshoot of Atharvaveda. Like all of you, in spite of being a doctor of modern system of medicine, I can say with utmost certainty that I am a very, very strong supporter of Ayurveda and all the Indian systems of medicine. And at many times, I personally also practice these systems. And it is not only me, but our whole government, led by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, is a very, very strong supporter of promoting Indian systems of medicine, to the extent that in 2014, if I can recall a couple of decisions in the first 6 months, two important decisions I recall. First is the creation of the National Ayush Mission in 2014 by the government, inspired by our Prime Minister. And then the Prime Minister himself took the initiative of converting the Department of Indian Systems of Medicine into a full-fledged ministry. So as far as Ayurveda and the Indian systems of medicine are concerned, this government is in full sync with the sentiments of the upper house. Then, sir, some of the apprehensions, I fully endorse each and every word that has been spoken about Ayurveda. I fully welcome each and every good suggestion, new suggestion that has been given. On many of these suggestions, already the government has been working very fast. For example, the Ministry of Ayush has already initiated steps to grant deemed university status under de novo category to all national institutes in the country under its control. The proposals are being submitted to the Ministry of Education and UGC. Then about what Dr. Subhash Chandra said, I'll just mention a couple of things only because you have just given me 10 minutes. Government has approved rupees 4,000 crores project under the Atmanirbhar Bharat for cultivation of medicinal plants and supplementing the income of farmers. It will also ensure the availability of raw material for the Ayush sector. I recall when I used to work for the World Health Organization 2 decades back, one of the former regional directors of WHO, Dr. Wooton, who is no more in this world, he spent the last 2 years of his life in the office in New Delhi, the Southeast Asia regional office, writing a book. He himself was a doctor of modern system of medicine, but he wrote a book on the role of Ayurveda for the modern world. And right now, Ayurveda and our Indian systems are appreciated and recognized by the World Health Organization also. Now the issue, sir, regarding this bill is that most of the people have expressed this apprehension that why have you chosen the Jamnagar institutions for giving a status of institution of national importance. I would not like to say that this is the only institution in the country. Like all of you have mentioned so many good institutions in Kerala and various other places in India. We have huge amount of respect for the working and the capability and the potential of those institutions.
Okay.
But sir, I have to, even at the cost of repetition, I have to remind some of the members that right now there are 103 institutions of national importance in the country, but there is not even one from Ayurveda, which is a institution of national importance. And this institution, where three big institutions have combined together to make this institution in the Jamnagar University, has been chosen not selectively. It is not a bias, or it is not on any empirical or any arbitrary basis, but it has been chosen in the most objective manner, sir. This is the oldest institution created by the Government of India in 1956. This is the only collaborating center for WHO in the whole world for India in Ayurveda. As I said yesterday also, that in the last 20 years, students from 65 countries, sir, have come to this place, and it has
Please, Doctor.
30 MOUs signed with different countries. Sir, on every parameter, we can most objectively certify and say that right now this is probably the number one institution which deserves this status. I can only say, sir, that it is a very humble beginning. Other institutions in the country, when they further upgrade themselves to the research standards that are required, to the standards of teaching that are required, not that they are already not doing it, but the National Ayush Mission was created to support all of them, and the government is already supporting many such institutions in the country, and it also already has the intention to strengthen this aspect all over the country. So I'm sure once we make this humble beginning with one institution, which will catch the attention of the international community also because of the work that it is already doing, which has got international recognition in so many fields, this will make a very good beginning for other institutions to grow up in their stature, so that they can later on in future be considered by the Parliament for giving the stature.
Thank you very much, Harshavardhan ji.
Still importance. Thank you, sir.
Full day belongs to you today. I don't know it may. Okay, one of the Vena.
Yeah, sir.
Where are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Please tell me what is the
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Mizoram.
Yeah, Mizoram. Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Only one line.
Yeah. Yeah, first of all, sir, I would like to express that I strongly support this agenda. And secondly, Mizoram is very, very rich in medicinal plants. More than 50% of the state is covered by forests. Under the forest, the natural medicinal plants are grown in large quantity. So I ask the Union government and the Honorable Minister
Thank you.
to establish the institution for research and teaching institution to establish in Mizoram. And moreover, I'm asking you to establish micro or small industry for
Thank you, Brother ji.
Medicine.
Thank you
so
very much.
sir.
Honorable
Thank you,
Minister, there is a demand for setting up a research institute of Ayurveda in every state. Please keep that in mind. The course, no, really, you observed every member was saying that shows the importance of the subject as well as their interest in this traditional. Every state for that matter, I don't want to take your time, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Bengal. Every state has got its own speciality. Just now, I think, who said this? He said, Viswajit Damare said that there was a snake bite. The local grandparents, others, they used to immediately give some sort of traditional medicines that we have a lot of them. We have to revive those things also. And also marry it with allopathy. Homeopathy, Ayurveda, allopathy, Siddha, and Unani, many of these are available. They should be encouraged so that it reaches the common people. The question is that the Institute of Teaching and the Research Ayurveda Bill 2020 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor, please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. It is taken for. We shall now take up class by class consideration of the bill. Class 2 to 5 stand part of the bill. Those in favor will please say, raise their hands and say aye. Those against will raise their hands and say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 2 to 5 are adopted. Class 6 stands part of the bill. There is one amendment by Mr. Sri K.C. Venugopal. Are you moving the amendment?
Yeah, moving the
Moving or not moving?
moving.
The amendment moved. Those in favor will please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will raise their hands and say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. The amendment is negative. I shall now put class 6 to vote. Those in favor please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 6 is adopted. Class 7 to 11 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 7 to 11 are adopted. Class 12 stands part of the bill. There is one amendment by Sri K.C. Venugopal. Are you moving the amendment? Amendment moved. Those in favor please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will say no. I think the noes have it, the noes have it, the noes have it. Amendment is negative. I shall now put class 12 to vote. Those in favor please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 12 is adopted. Class 13 to 31 stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will please raise their hands and say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Class 13 to 31 are adopted. Class 1 enacting formula and the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor will please raise their hands and say aye. Those against will raise their hands and say no. I think the ayes have it, ayes have it, ayes have it. Class 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Dr. Harshavardhan to move the bill be passed.
Sir, I move that the bill may be passed.
Motion that the bill be passed. The question is that the bill be passed. Those in favor will raise their hands and say aye. Those against will raise their hands and say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. Honorable members, when I made an announcement about COVID general discussion, one or two honorable members, there is an issue which I found is relevant, that COVID is not only a medical problem, it is also management of the entire disaster. So keeping that in mind, I have asked the Minister for Home also to be present in the House. Home means MOS. Home Minister is not well, you know that. So they are going to be there. Home Secretary also is going to be there. One will be sitting here, one will be sitting in the Lok Sabha. So members who wish to speak, they can make points on both, and then the ministers taking notes, they will respond to this. Now it is 11 o'clock. The debate will continue up to 1 o'clock, and if still the time is required, it will continue tomorrow for some more time also. Clarification from the minister and from me. As much time as possible. As much time as possible, yeah.
Sought clarifications on the minister's statement. Some members would like to speak on the issue in a broader context. So please, I believe you're clubbing both of them together.
Together.
I think if you're clubbing them together, we would like to get a sense of how much time.
No discussion. You please ask your clarifications also, and also make the speech also, but within that permissible time what is allotted to your party. But we will be little liberal also. Please keep that in mind. Both, I think MOS has come. Defense Minister is here, of course, senior also that way.
One MOS is likely to come to this house. One MOS is already there in the Lok Sabha.
Please ask them note, take note,
yes,
and
sir.
Also be attentive because points which are going to be made are very important. This is a larger issue. In fact, this present situation of all this is because of the COVID. And the management also is larger because central government policies, ICMR, Home Ministry, Health Ministry, and also the state governments and the local administration. There are so many people. So unless we all work as a team, we will not be able to face this. And it's a larger issue. Keep that in mind and let the ministers take note of it. We will start the discussion. Now, there are 6 members whose names have been given by the Congress party, but time allotted is limited. Keeping that in mind, please, seniors, they should confine to the time first, so that others also can follow. Sri Anand Sharma ji. Time, I told you now, today 2 hours, if necessary, tomorrow some more time. I don't want to count. You can't totally, because ask a clarification is only clarification. This is the clarification I want. End of it.